In this whole conversation, we've talked of rocket technology, we've talked of aircraft and aeroplane technology. We alluded to drones.
Hmm.
Let's talk about drones and what are some exciting ideas that are sort of exciting use cases and drone technologies that are being discussed globally and in India. And again, the army of people that will be needed to democratize
Absolutely.
drones.
So drones actually signify what I was just talking about as one class of aerospace vehicles. Although when we now talk about drones, we are not talking about people movement, but there is a lot of goods movement that's actually on the horizon with drones, all the way up to several hundreds of kgs. All of that stuff happening within India itself. There are startups that are beginning to make drones that will take hundreds of kgs and go around and so on. So drones are actually a boon to mankind in that sense, like for aerospace engineers to put something together quickly and try to get a product out and get people to use economically and all that stuff. That kind of don't use cases are largely speaking what you would actually do with satellites can actually now be made more terrestrial with drones, where you can put a camera or a whole bunch of different cameras like hyperspectral cameras and all that stuff to survey crops, to look at every plant that could actually be fading away in its leaves, to pump a little bit more fertilizer or nutrients right there to foster what's called as precision agriculture, and all the way to surveying large tracts of land for construction project, which otherwise would have actually been requiring satellite imagery. And very interestingly, there is now a new breed of vehicles that's emerging that is straddling between drones and satellites called stratospheric platforms, which can hover over a city, for example, and then provide all the communication services and the mapping services, Earth observation services for that particular region, right? And this will actually be,
And this is still geostationary,
this is locally geostationary, right? So that means that it
propelled.
hovers.
It
It is
requires
it is
power.
propelled, but you can actually have the cameras always looking at a certain place, and you will be able to adjust for whatever movement it does, that little bit movement it does over a place, so that you will actually get like a local satellite looking at you. So you can, instead of having a global positioning system, you can have a local positioning system. That's again democratizing, the positioning system that we are actually all using all the time, right? So this is actually one vertical for drones, where you're putting cameras and other kind of imaging devices, thermal imaging devices, or any of those things to map stuff and look at stuff. And it kind of integrates with a larger IoT kind of ecosystem, where you will get information from a aerial viewpoint, let us say. But the other larger picture is actually to transport goods and people. So at the point of transporting people, we are now getting into the eVTOL space. But below that is like lots of goods carrying drones that could do anywhere between last mile delivery to mid mile delivery to first mile delivery for logistics. And this could actually have lots of civilian as well as military applications and so on.
So I think clearly there is multiple technology spaces within aerospace engineering that are all ready for upheaval,
Indeed.
and this is all there, as you said, to really democratize mobility into a completely different dimension, the vertical dimension.